Hello, we are getting ready to get started with the University of Tulsa presentation. We are glad that you're with us today. What you will find is you'll have two University of Tulsa representatives who will be speaking with you and sharing video on the institution. You will not have if you have any questions for them, please use the Q&A button to type in your questions, and Christy and Stacy will be able to respond to you. And this will also be recorded so that if you want to go back and review it later, you're welcome to do that. Without further ado, we wish you great success. Enjoy your conversation. Please know, students and attendees, that your video there's no video, no sound for you, so the Q&A button is your lifeline. So enjoy it and take it away, University of Tulsa.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Well, we're glad that you're here. I'm Stacy Pennington. This is actually Crystal Lacey. We are both admission counselors at the University of Tulsa, and we are looking forward to speaking with you today. Crystal, anything you want to add?
I am on campus, and Stacy has a beautiful background of campus. So if you come visit us, you'll get a really great photo off there where Stacy is located. So we'll get started. And if you have any questions, just let us know.
Perfect. Okay. So allow me one moment to pull the presentation up. Okay, this is the University of Tulsa presentation. I'm going to jump right over to, not that far, our quick facts on the University of Tulsa. Multiple things to point out here. On the far right, we have our Canine Ambassador, Goldie. She is a doll. I would love it if she was our mascot, but she might not be ferocious enough to be a mascot, so she is our ambassador. She actually walks around campus daily with her handler and really just spreading happiness and goodwill to the students on campus and the faculty and staff. In the spring, sometimes she'll come to what we call the New U, which is in front of the main part of university, and she will bring her puppy friends from local shelters, and they'll be basically pet puppy therapy during finals. So when students are stressed and in between their tests, they can go pet some puppies to calm down and relax a little bit. So last year's freshman class is around, actually this is the year before. I don't think we have our updated information for another week or so too. We usually get it in October. So this is for the year before, but we had a freshman class of 831 students. We do have an 11-to-1 student faculty ratio. Two really important things here that I love to talk about when I talk about to you, and I always try to mention. One, the faculty to student ratio. Our faculty are amazing. They are available, and 96% of our faculty members have the highest degree in their field. So they're capable. They know what they're doing. They want to have relationships with their students to help them be successful. And because of that 11-to-1 student faculty ratio, they're actually able to do so. There are about 20 to 21 students per class as well, which is a small class size. You're connected with your professors, and again, that just allows for complete success for our students. We have about 3,200 undergrads from 43 different states in 60 different countries. We also have about 1,000 graduate students on campus as well. And that 97% placement rate means that 97% of our graduating class either went into their desired field or went to grad school. So that's a pretty amazing percentage. It shows that our students are actually moving on from their undergrad years and either continuing their education in graduate school or going into the workforce where they want to belong. Next, the city of Tulsa. So I talk to students a lot in the Chicago area, different parts of Illinois, but my other area is a lot of Oklahoma. So I get really excited to talk to other students that are not from Oklahoma to tell you a little bit about Tulsa. Tulsa is just an amazing city, amazing place to be. Lots of young people in Tulsa, which I think is very refreshing. Young entrepreneurs everywhere. I'm actually trying to get alumni to try to put together some sort of survey that surveys our alumni to see how many of our alumni actually stay in Tulsa after they graduate from TU. I would be really curious to hear that number because I think it's probably pretty high. In the middle, we have the BOK Center, which houses our larger musical acts, you know, Lady Gaga, I always say George Strait, you know, different people that you know and are on certain platforms of entertainment would come to the BOK Center. And we also have a lot of great places like Kane's Ballroom, which get amazing acts. Jack White from the White Stripes, I don't know if you know who that is, but he says it's his favorite place to play in the United States. So a really neat venue, Kane's Ballroom, known for its acoustics and sounds. People of all ages can go to Kane's in a normal world. They actually are doing social distancing concerts right now there as well. To the left there, that big picture, it's kind of an odd picture, but that little jungle gym type thing, I guess it's not very little. That's actually coming from our gathering place, which is a very small picture of what the gathering place is. It's basically like one of the largest parks in the United States. Last October, it was named the #1 new attraction in the United States. There's a bunch of places for kids to play, but it's not just that. There, you can paddle boat, you can get a rowboat or a kayak and go around in the water. There are hiking trails, basketball courts. My daughter right now is a skater girl, and so she does a lot of skateboarding at the gathering park with her friends. So different options of things to do there. A lot of our TU students like to go there and just find a quiet, beautiful place to study as well. And kind of centralized in the gathering place is basically a restaurant and an ice cream shop and just different amenities, including a big fire pit for people to enjoy. And, you know, everything there is priced very low. The idea of the gathering place was to be met by all people of Tulsa, no matter any kind of economic standard that they're in, to be able to enjoy. Pretty neat. So the picture down below it's the Roughnecks, which are our semi-pro soccer team. They're actually been renamed FC. So and their colors have changed a little bit, which has been in the last few weeks, very, very recent. So that hasn't quite been updated, but same team, different coaching. Some of the coaching is the same. Actually just went to a game in a socially distanced spot last weekend. It was really, really fun. Great opportunities for our students and families in the Tulsa community to go and just kind of cut loose and relax. That is at Jewelers Stadium, which you can see as well, which those are the Roughnecks play there. And then our semi-professional baseball team, the Tulsa Drillers, play there as well. Another great event, especially in the summertime. At the end of summer, they always have a big fireworks show after the games on the weekends, and just a great spot to be, just some action and fun. And to the bottom right, I didn't really realize it, but that is a picture of Kane's, the ballroom that I was talking about, that houses those acts and is known for its sound and music. So pretty neat things going on in Tulsa. Really great place to live. Really proud to live here, honestly. Fun, young, growing. We get a little frustrated sometimes because people say it's like a little Austin, but we're like, no, we're just Tulsa, thank you. But it's a great compliment, actually, just to be young and hip like that. Okay, I'm trying to get to my next slide. There we go. It was freezing up on me. Sorry about that. Thanks for your patience. Okay, so now I'm going to talk a little bit about our academic and special programs that we have. So the academic colleges are listed as follows: the Kendall College of Arts and Sciences, Collins College of Business, Engineering, Natural Sciences, and Oxley College of Health Sciences. So a little bit of something for everyone housed underneath those different academic colleges on campus. As you can see, this is a pretty great view of campus. One of my favorite views, actually, of campus that we have, because you just see it all. You see this right here, this big green spot, it was actually what I was talking about in the beginning with Goldie. That's what's called the New U. So any tailgating fun or different events on campus, or even with faculty and staff are held at the New U. When there aren't events and things going on, you just see students out there. I've seen yoga classes out there. I've seen students playing different games out there. I've seen students sunbathing out there doing homework. I've seen my staff and colleagues, my colleagues and people that I work with out there sunbathing and doing work. So it's just a beautiful spot to be on campus and centralized to everything around us. So the special programs that we have right now, it's worth mentioning right now, especially if you are a senior. Even if you're not a senior, it's something that you can take with you moving forward. So our special programs, our interdisciplinary programs that we have are just different programs that are offered to students that kind of that really just enhance their time at TU and enhance any opportunities or interests that they might have to a different level with help of faculty. So the thing with the special programs is it's a separate application than just applying to TU, and that application is due January 15th. So that is up and live and going on our website at utulsa.edu. You can go to admission and go to interdisciplinary programs, and you can read about the programs that we do have available. And if you choose to apply to one or more, you can do it all on one application. It's pretty easy. And it's just a great way to get more involved and kind of hone in on those special subjects or different things that you would like to advance your knowledge in. Okay, talking about this a little bit more. So continue moving around. Okay, so special programs that we were just talking about, or interdisciplinary programs, it's an interchangeable concept. Honors program, global scholars, presidential leaders scholarship, Tulsa undergraduate research challenge, early careers in community medicine and cyber core, just to name a few of the ones that we have. One of the more popular ones, just to give you an idea, is our honors program. It's ran by Dr. Denise Dutton, who probably is one of the smartest humans that I've ever been in contact with my entire life. She leads that program and does an amazing job. It's for students who, you have to enjoy reading. There's a lot of reading, I'm told, in that class, and a lot of conversation. It has an underlying basis of philosophy and thought, and there's a lot of conversation about different works or different time periods and how they relate to now, and what's the conversation about that. Sounds really fascinating. And I know that the students that are a part of that really enjoy that. I won't go through and read all the special programs to you, but that, again, you can go to utulsa.edu and you can check some of those programs out yourself. Really, really neat addition to just your coursework that you would be signing up with. Okay, here is the slide on student life, discussing about living and dining. So we have 6 residence halls. We actually have 5 campus apartment complexes, but we have 1 off campus too. So that number is 6 as well. We have 12 Greek chapters. Sorry, again, this hasn't been quite updated yet, but we have 12 Greek chapters, 6 fraternities and 6 sororities, okay? And then we actually have 11 campus dining locations. We have on the campus dining, there's a little bit of something for everyone. There's pasta, there's chicken, there's Mexican food. It's really a great spot. You can see the ladies in the lower left-hand corner. They're in our student union right now. I think they're in front of a Pizza Hut maybe. But there's a little something in there for everyone, and it's a great place for students to congregate under a normal basis. And then campus life, we have over 200 student organizations. Really, really neat opportunities for students to get involved. I actually gave a presentation a year or two ago to a student who stopped me during the presentation. He's like, so can your student organizations, can they be about anything? And I was like, well, I mean, yes, but you have to have, now it's 15 students to all agree to be a part of that organization to make it real, I guess is the best way to say that. And he said, well, I'm really into the office, and I really was thinking about starting an organization for office lovers, like this show, The Office. And I was like, I think that's brilliant. Like, you should totally do it. And I probably should see if he ever did that. Maybe I could like sneak in, I don't know. But it's a really great opportunity for students to express themselves and get involved in the things that interest them. And again, if there's something that you're interested in and it's not listed on our student organizations page, start it yourself. That's something that you can do here at the University of Tulsa. More importantly, sometimes, especially for areas of Oklahoma, we have 20 multicultural organizations. Students of multicultural origin are being represented and supported, not just by the organizations, by every affiliate on campus. It's a great part of campus life, community. We have 18 different campus ministries. One of the great things about TU, whether you like sports or not, some people do, some people don't, I get it. But one thing is fact, sports just breathe life into the campus. They just do. It offers camaraderie and friendship and fun and excitement. And we are a Division I school, which means we play larger state teams. We're part of the NCAA Division I sports. So we are the smallest Division I school, but we are mighty. We just beat Crystal, University of Central Florida.
Florida, yep, number 11 ranked team.
Number 11, yeah. So that was a big moment for us. And then for campus life, we have over 78,000 hours of community service between our students, faculty, and staff, which is amazing. I think it shows a little bit about the priorities that we have here on campus for doing for others in that community service work. Okay, Crystal, I'm kind of hogging the presentation. Do you want to jump in?
Yeah.
I'm just on a roll, just loving
Just
it.
going on a Thursday.
I'm
So
sorry, please.
the thing I love about TU, I'm a TU alumna, and I had so many opportunities to do internships while I was here, and we really take the hands-on approach. So with those special programs, we have opportunities for undergraduate research, all of those things. Internships are a big part of this. So really when you're looking for a job after graduation, the experience that you have at the school that you go to, job experience, that's what makes you stand apart. And so we have a lot of students that are starting internships the summer after their freshman semester. It's not just reserved for juniors or seniors. And you have faculty members who are connected in their disciplines. Because of the small class size, they know who you are and what your skill set is, and really helping you get your foot in the door for internships and jobs. A lot of them, of course, being paid. We have some special programs as well that we have, great connections with. So like we, computer science or business or engineering, all of these things. So we are, placing students in these internships that turn into jobs. So not only do your professors help you with this, but we also have career services, which we have career coaches to help you navigate this process, get your resume together, cover letter. We have career fairs just for the TU community. So there's really no excuse not to get an internship here because you have so many people who are helping you. Also, not being in a college town, but being in a major, city, we're a traditional campus in a vibrant city. So that also gives you a lot of options in the Tulsa area. And I've had students go all over the United States for internships. So our reach is not just in the Tulsa area. I've had students Denver, Houston, Atlanta, you name it. So you can really go where you'd like to for those internships. So the Student Success Center, to me, we've just really doubled down on student success. So when last year we piloted our Student Success Coach program, we did it with our Engineering Natural Science College, and almost all of our students kept their appointments throughout the year. So you come in, you're a part of orientation, you have a cohort with a peer mentor, or you could also call them an orientation leader. You actually continue in the first year experience class with that cohort and that group of students. So you've got this foundation, this group to kind of come back to, and you're also with your student success coach in this cohort. And when you're having your one-on-one meetings, are you homesick? Are you having issues with XYZ? I mean, we have free tutoring, math lab, English lab, all of these things. So getting you connected and comfortable on campus. I mentioned our career coaches. We have peer mentors with the orientation group, but we also have alumni mentors. So maybe you're interested in a certain field, you can get connected that way. We also can help with financial wellness. Your admission counselor really helps you through that process of understanding your costs as you're coming into TU. But sometimes you're developing budgets, you're going to purchase a car for the first time. Having a resource as great as parents are, outside of just your parents, people who have great experience in financial wellness to kind of help you navigate those decisions. So you essentially have something on your way in, while you're here, in the middle, and then on the way out to help you through each part of your experience here at TU. Of course, we just spent a whole hour talking about financial aid, so we're just going to keep talking about it, which is an important part to college, of course. In college, no matter where you go, can feel like a big investment. And so for us, when you apply for admission, you're automatically considered for university scholarships. For us, that statistics of students receiving scholarship has actually changed. Last year, all of our all of our admitted students received scholarships. So we take a lot of care when we review the application because we want to give academic funding to students who are accepted into the university. So it's a streamlined process. You're reviewed for merit-based funding when you apply to TU. This year, of course, we will be test optional because of the current pandemic. So we use that for admission and scholarship. So you do not have to submit a test score to be reviewed for merit-based funding. We also, of course, have our own need-based funding from your FAFSA results. So free application for federal student aid. So we do a merit-based review, then a need-based review to see if you qualify for additional funding. So we want to work with you to make TU a viable option. And so you can't let the sticker price scare you because we have a lot of opportunities for additional funding. That just kind of goes into it a little bit further. It kind of breaks it up. So merit-based, and then of course financial need. And there's also opportunities for on-campus employment and things like that as well. So if you have any questions about your financial aid package, definitely want to reach out to your admission counselor, Stacy, and we will help you through that process together.
Yeah, just to kind of reiterate that, I will be your admission counselor. And so anything that I can help with, this is my job, this is what we do, this is what we are here to do, is help and to usher you through this process and be your advocates through this entire time. So just know that I'm available to you. So this is something pretty amazing, especially like having students that are out of state. You know, there are multiple visit options with TU, and now we were kind of forced to do it. I think we were the first school in the state of Oklahoma that launched a virtual visit and tour of TU. We did that last year. I mean, I think COVID hit the first or second week of March, and by the next 2 weeks we had it done and up. So it was really a great offering to our students to see what's available. We want to make sure and get that information out there, get those pictures out there. If students can't come to campus, which is oftentimes the case, especially with out-of-state students, at least for the first 6 months during the admission process, if they can't get there, we want to give them as much as we can. And now we're able to do that. When you go to utulsa.edu, you can go to admission and you can go to visit campus, and you'll see all the different visit options that are available at TU. You can watch a virtual tour. You can chat with a student. There's an actual virtual admission presentation that is live with an admission counselor. You can connect with a student success coach, a professor, a career coach. There are just lots of options for you to get involved and to get more information about TU. There are also some campus tours and dorm tours as well. And they're one of my favorite additions has to be the information that we've done with different panels. We've had financial aid panels, we've had admission 101 panels, we've had current student panels that answer questions for students. I've gotten a lot of great feedback from my prospective students about how amazing that has been. So checking out the panels if you have time. I know your senior year, if you're a senior, is very busy, but if you do have that time, I really urge you to do so. That's Audrey, I'm using her presentation. So that's kind of the end, really. That's one of our mini versions of our presentations. You know, that's a lot of information I know that Crystal and I kind of put at you, but we want to utilize this time to give you the most forthright information as we can about TU. You know, we are proud to work for TU. We're proud to be a part of this community, and we just want to share that as much as we can. We want to share it by pictures and conversation, and we would like to keep that conversation going. Crystal, anything you want to add there before we can offer Q&A?
Just that our application fee is currently being waived if you start the application before November 1st. We accept our own application, the TU app or the Common App, either one. You can waive your application fee like I mentioned before, your application for admission is the same for scholarship. We look at all parts of your student record. We don't have set requirements because we look at everything you submit. So you can also set up a virtual interview time or chat with Stacy, talk with TU. So just know that we're here to help you through this process. We do have the Q&A function. We can't chat with you because it's webinar setting, but oh, I do see a little bubble. Can you get a talent scholarship if you play an instrument but aren't a music major? The music program does offer scholarships that are audition based. So they'll open that up in January. And so those are endowed funds, and they'll kind of assign them based on like needs and things like that. But yes, there is an opportunity, but it's not a guarantee. But you can also audition via video since you are an out-of-state student. So you can find that information on the website. They'll tell you which instrument or if it's vocal, but they'll tell you what to prepare for that. So great question.
That's a great question, Ryan. What other questions do you have? If you don't mind, may I ask you if you're a junior or a senior?
Junior.
A junior. Okay, great. Good for you for using this year to gather information and check out different universities. That's fantastic. You know, this is your junior year is a wonderful time to do this due diligence of going to these college fairs and talking to university ambassadors, whether they're admission counselors or faculty or, you know, whomever. But, you know, this is a great moment for you to do this. I mean, I know because of COVID, right, it's put a strain on everything. So just going and doing actual visits is a little difficult. But most universities at this point are doing these virtual visits, whether it's a college fair or a high school visit, things you can do from their website. So I always urge my junior students to make sure that they are doing that they are taking their top 3, 4, or 5 colleges that they're interested in and gaining that information. I think that you'll see as you go forward, you know, you can kind of determine which universities are more accessible to talk to the faculty and to get help from admission counselors and to learn more information. You'll be able to get kind of whittle down your selection a little bit as you go forward this year. I know testing is a little strange with ACT and SAT. I assume if you're from Illinois, you're probably taking the ACT. It seems like most of my Illinois students do the SAT. So check out your testing options. We are test optional this year. I would assume it would be next year, but we don't know yet. But we know for sure it's going to be this year. So make sure that you're still kind of keeping that in your sights, I would recommend, because even students this year who are applying, even though we are test optional, it is our absolute goal to do the best that we can for each student that applies. So with that, with saying that, so your academic scholarship is based on your GPA. But if we have a student that submits an ACT or SAT score that they're proud of, that's higher, they've worked hard for, we want that. We want to do the GPA with the ACT to determine if that would increase your academic scholarship. By no means, being test optional, not submitting a test at this point for students doesn't mean we're going to do anything. It's not going to hinder their application. It's not going to hinder their academic scholarship in any way. But if a student does submit test scores, we want to make sure to utilize if we are those scores for academic scholarship if we're able. So just something to maybe think about this year too is just kind of keep your eye on those testing sites.
Any other questions in the chat that you might have? Stacy, well, I don't know. I guess you can't. It's just a question. Stacy's email though is her first name - last name @utulsa.edu. So if you have any questions, feel free to let us know.
Yeah, that's correct. Again, oh, you have one, Ryan?
Another question.
Most popular majors on campus. That's a really good question, and I feel like it's kind of in this process of changing a little bit. Engineering is always, the different facets of engineering have always been very popular at TU, but nursing seems to be, and pre-med even, just seem to be on the rise. Lots of students coming in with those majors. business has always been pretty prominent major for a lot of our students. Crystal, can you think of?
Yeah, law, psychology, computer science, computer simulation,
science,
and
yeah.
gaming.
Computer information systems, that's another large one. A lot of STEM, but a lot, like Crystal said, psychology, business, nursing, those types of things as well. A little bit of everything. And
Yeah.
I've been looking at the application. So Ryan, when we look at our applications to read, because your admission counselor is the one that actually will read your application, there are pie graphs, and you can see from the students that are applying what their intended major is going to be. And some are undecided, and that's okay. But others are broken up into different pieces of that pie. And I'm telling you, on the daily, they're changing, from like nursing being the most, and then computer sciences, and then engineering, and then, so there's a little bit of something for everyone. And, having the experienced staff that we do, these students are getting top-notch education no matter what they're choosing. Great question. Anything else, Ryan, that we can talk about now? I mean, like Crystal said, my email is Stacy, STACI-Pennington, PENNINGTON @utulsa.edu. That's the letter U, tulsa.edu. My number to my office is 918-631-3734.
Oh, my gosh.
So is it better to pick a major or apply it undecided if I'm not sure?
So you can do either. I thing I like about TU is with our merit-based scholarships, it doesn't matter what your major is. So meaning that if you come in as one thing and change to another, that funding stays with you. So you can come in undecided if you'd like to. And we, of course, have great student success coaches, advisors, professors to kind of help you navigate that process. But if you do have an idea of what you'd like to study, you can absolutely do that. And you can, change your major if you'd like to. But it won't change your merit-based scholarship coming in if you are a certain major or not. We don't admit based on major or anything like that. So, great question.
Any other great questions? Oh, look at you go. Okay, Ryan, love this. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. Thank you for taking this 35 minutes, 40 minutes with us and just learning more about the University of Tulsa. Crystal and I both just love these opportunities to be able to talk more about TU, especially to our out-of-state students, share things that maybe you didn't know, show you pictures maybe you haven't seen. So as you go forward this year, as you're getting your feet kind of wet in this admission process, just reach out to me for anything that I can do to help you. And then applications usually open about mid-July. So you can look for that application to open in the summer. And you can go to the website, utulsa.edu, and apply there, or we use the Common App as well.
And we'll have the fee waiver next year as well. So that's something that we do every year. So you'll have the same opportunity.
Great talking to you, Ryan. Thank you so much.
Outstanding job, ladies. I appreciate it. Wanted to just let participants know that there'll be a quick survey after you close this window. You can feel free to sign up for more sessions. There will be, and you can go right to the www.iacac.org. And then this recording will be available as well. So thank you so much. We hope you have a fantastic day. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.